Hello everybody, it's Adrian for WapCar.my and I'm all about the details. So in the previous video, I talked about which variant of the 2020 Honda City is the one to go for. Today's video, I'm going to compare the new City against its Japanese class rivals, namely the Nissan Almera Turbo as well as the Toyota Vios, and help you decide which is the perfect B segment sedan for you. Now, I'm going to assess all three cars based on these certain criteria. First up, price, exterior, interior, practicality, engine performance, safety, as well as ride comfort. So let's start off with the price. First up is the 2020 Honda City. It's priced between 74,000 ringgit all the way up to 86,000 ringgit for the 1.5V variant. The range-topping RS-IMMD hybrid variant, they do not have the official selling price yet. The price tag of the RS-IMMD is only going to be announced sometime in January 2021. Next up is the Nissan Almera, same case. They don't have the official selling price yet because the prices have not been announced by Adrian Motors, but the company estimates the price tag is going to be between 80,000+ ringgit to 90,000+ ringgit. Lastly is the Toyota Vios. They have a starting selling price of 76,000 ringgit all the way up to 86,000 ringgit. Now, based on the specifications and the variants available, clearly the selling price of the Honda City is the most attractive among the three. Exterior design is a very subjective matter, but if you ask me for my personal preference, I'm inclined towards the Nissan Almera simply because I just think Nissan has got all its proportions just right, and the car looks like one segment above, a C-segment, larger C-segment sedan. And I don't know, the whole silhouette of it is just so sleek, so sexy, so attractive. And I think that a lot of buyers would put their money down on one based on its looks alone. Now, in terms of equipment levels, all three cars are pretty much on par. They all have 16-inch alloys, LED combination tail lamps, except for the Toyota Vios. The Toyota Vios does not come with LED headlamps like the Almera as well as City. So if you're the kind who like to blind oncoming traffic in the middle of the night, definitely consider the Almera and City. As for interior design, the Vios is by far the least exciting one among the lot, simply because, well, it's the oldest car here. But if you compare the Almera and City, those two cars, I'm again more inclined towards the Nissan Almera simply because there's these white leather pieces, trim pieces on the dashboard. I don't know, the contrast just gives it such a premium looking interior, it just elevates the whole feeling inside the cabin. But ultimately, I would still go for the Honda City because of two reasons. First up, its 8-inch touchscreen infotainment system supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. If you compare it against the Almera's infotainment only supports Apple CarPlay. Now, it's not a big deal for those of you who uses an Apple phone, but for me, who uses an Android, yeah, Android Auto, so definitely have to go for the City. And next up, the second reason is rear air vents in the Honda City. Yep, the Almera and Vios, both of them do not come with rear air vents, and you know, Malaysia weather lah, definitely rear air vents is a big plus. As for practicality, both the new Honda City and Nissan Almera have pretty much identical knee room and headroom, just that the Honda City just edges out that bit more knee room compared to the Almera, but the difference is just really minor. However, if you set in the Vios against its other two competitors back to back, immediately you feel that the Vios is a little bit more cramped in terms of knee room and headroom compared to the other two. Interior packaging has always been Honda's strongest suit, even in this new generation City. Boot space is still the largest in class at 519 litres. However, that's only applicable to the 1.5 litre petrol-powered only variants. The RS-IMMD, because of its hybrid battery pack and all that stuff, has a smaller boot space at 409 litres, and that is even smaller than the Nissan Almera at 482 litres. The Vios is in between the two, 506 litres of boot space. So again, Honda City takes the cake here. The Honda City has the most exciting powertrain lineup among the three cars, and I'm not saying just because of its RS-IMMD hybrid powertrain that serves up to 253 Nm of torque, the highest torque figures in the B segment sedan class by the way. No, because it's 1.5 litre naturally aspirated 4-cylinder iVTEC petrol engine, now with dual overhead cams, serves up to 121 horsepower and 145 Newton meters of torque. That's more power than even the Almera Turbo and Toyota Vios. The Almera uses a 1 litre 3-cylinder turbocharged petrol engine that pushes out 100 horsepower and 152 Newton meters of torque. I've driven it. First impression, the car is very refined, the engine is very smooth. However, it's not the kind of power unit that you expect from a turbocharged car. Like Volkswagen turbocharged cars, you put your foot down and immediately you get a shove to your back. No, the Almera is very linear, very smooth. It's more of an efficient powertrain, less so than a powerful turbocharged unit. The Toyota Vios, well, there's nothing much to say about it. 1.5 litre, 4-cylinder, naturally aspirated dual VVT-i petrol engine, 107 horsepower, 140 Newton meters of torque, paired to a CVT automatic. Yeah, it's not very exciting. So yeah, powertrain definitely in the favor of the Honda City. Another aspect that's in the favor of the City would be safety. The range-topping, most expensive RSI MMD variant comes with the full suite of Honda Sensing ADAS. It bundles autonomous emergency braking, adaptive cruise control, no low-speed follow-ya, as well as lane keep assist. However, these features, the Honda Sensing ADAS, is only available on the range-topping variant. The rest of the variants does not come with any form of ADAS except for the option for a Honda Lane Watch camera. Now, in that respect, the Honda City variants pretty much on par in terms of safety features with the Vios. And in fact, I think that the Vios edges in terms of safety features because it has blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert, and it has 7 airbags that's standard across the range. And certain variants also gets 360-degree camera, which the Honda City doesn't. I feel in terms of safety, Adrian Tanjung Motor has a more commendable strategy with the Almera because they've included forward collision warning and autonomous emergency braking standard across the range. All variants of the Almera get autonomous emergency braking. Yes, even the entry-level Almera that comes with 2 airbags also gets AEB. And in the range-topping VLT variant, it also has blind spot monitoring with rear cross traffic alert as well as 360-degree camera with intelligent moving object detection. So in terms of safety, I feel that the Almera is a win here. Comfort is where the Toyota Vios claws back some brownie points because I feel it's by far the most refined ride quality in its class. The ride is just supple, comfortable, it soaks up undulations fantastically well, and even if you throw it into a corner, it doesn't feel like a boat. On the other hand, the Nissan Almera, yes, it's comfortable, but the suspension setup is a little bit on the stiffer side of things, just to give it that good handling characteristics. The Honda City, we couldn't comment too much simply because we drove it on a racetrack on MIMC circuit. But first impressions, the car feels a little bit more refined, more matured compared to the previous generation City. So we have to take it onto the open roads and actually see how it drives. In terms of cabin insulation, the Vios, based on our WapCar.my test, averages about 69 decibels at 110 kilometers per hour. The other 2 cars, we haven't tested it, but first impressions, again, they're both very quiet. The Almera especially, if you watch my previous first drive video, it was pouring cats and dogs, but I still able to maintain a decent conversation in the cabin. It's very well insulated. So it's interesting to see how it drives, based on a test. The Honda City, it's definitely miles better, quieter compared to the previous generation car, but again, we drove it on a circuit, so we can't really tell much. But initial impressions is positive. The Japanese B-segment sedan market will be facing very stiff competition, not just against each other, but also against the Proton X50. I'm sure buyers who are looking at cars of this segment would definitely consider, should I buy a sedan or should I buy an SUV? Which is why all these Japanese makes are throwing in advanced features, high-tech powertrains, just to entice the buyers and give them a bit of competitive edge. Here's a summary of how I will pick my Japanese B-segment sedan. I'll go for the Honda City for its interior, practicality, performance, and price. I'll go for the Nissan Almera for its exterior design and safety. I'll go for the Toyota Vios for its comfort. But let me know in the comment section below, how would you pick your B segment sedans, and let me know in the comment section below whether you agree with my list. As always, thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos like this. Download the official WapCar app on Google Play Store now for all your latest news, reviews, and comparisons to help you find your next perfect car. See you there!